Hey Cancer, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so take what works, leave what doesn't. Check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs if I don't catch a wavelength through your storyline for this reading. We're going to start with the Oracle Mystical Moments deck for an intuitive vibe of where we're going. We are grateful for the accurate message we're about to receive for Cancer. Okay, got protective nest so far. What could be more Cancerian than that? All right, any other messages for Cancer? Is that the only thing we're working on this week? Anything else for Cancer? Okay. All right. I like. Okay. Well, we're starting with, well, we didn't start with it, but here we are. We've got Oh Sunny Day. We have a really good balance going on right now, or coming towards us. We have communications. We have some sort of, I'm going to say otherworldly communications, or something like that coming towards us. We are looking, oh sunny day, there's just so much clarity here. We can see it. Here you are, you're sitting on this mushroom, atop this mushroom. You can see it. We can't see what you're looking at, but it's very clear to you. So you're having a lot of clarity this week, or you're going to be having a lot of clarity this week. You're very balanced. Things are pretty even, pretty balanced, pretty good here. You are protective. You've got some sort of idea. You're very protective of it right now. You're not sharing it at all. This is protective nest. And there's also something that you'd like to hatch into reality. Now, the thing about these things is that they're on their own timeline. So no one but the idea itself, the concept itself, gets to tell us when we're hatching. We're not going to crack this open, because then if we crack the egg open, we kill the bird, or whatever, it's a bird. We kill the bird inside of it, right? But when the idea cracks the egg open itself, then we've begun a new life here. So we've got an idea we'd like to hatch, and we've got also something in reality already that we're protecting. So these are ideas that we have that we're not talking about necessarily. We're not necessarily keeping them secret. We're just incubating some ideas here, and they'll hatch when they're ready. No one's going to force them. We're not forcing these babies open. They'll hatch when they're ready. I feel pretty happy about it. A little bit smug maybe. And then we have a long way home. Maybe this is what you have, what I want to say, maybe this is what you've, what your egg here, you know, it's a very little egg-like shape here. You've already made a commitment to do something. You've already pulled up anchor. There's some things out of your control. So we're seeing several things like the hatching of these eggs out of your control, but you've made a commitment, you've pulled up anchor, and you're heading someplace. You're heading to what feels like home to you. You may even have a companion here. There's another balloon out. You're a little caravan here, headed off to some cool place, some new home, some new place to set down roots and put that anchor back down somewhere. So you're headed off, but you're not, we've got a little smog here, a little stagnancy. You're not moving very quickly. This is just the initial commitment has been made to head off somewhere. We've got some great ideas. We've got 2 ideas up here. We've got 3 over here. So you've got a couple really good ideas that you're flying with here. You're going to go somewhere. You've made the commitment to go somewhere, but you're not in charge in how fast you're going. And neither the egg, these are almost identical. This is you've already made the commitment. This is sort of you've already laid the eggs. The eggs are already here. We're just waiting for them to hatch, and here you're waiting for the winds to change, winds to move you someplace new, where you want to go. And you're pretty happy about this. You've made some sort of decision. You're pretty happy about it. All right, what's Moonology got for us? 2 cards. Full Moon, surrender to the divine. So there's some sort of situation that, again, out of your control, how these eggs hatch, when they hatch, when this wind comes, and you're being asked to surrender. Maybe you know, this is a balloon that you got in. This is not an airplane. This is not a, You don't have, you know, a jet engine here. You have a balloon. A balloon is reliant upon winds, and who can control those for both your destination and how fast you get there. So you got to surrender to that. So maybe you thought, yes, I'm going to pull up anchor. I'm going to move on. I've got these new ideas I'm going to go with, but they're not moving very fast. You gotta let the divine do its thing. You gotta let these things outside of your control do their thing. They are going to take you someplace. And you need to allow that to happen and not fight it, not control it. You don't want to be hatching these eggs. You don't hatch the eggs, they just hatch themselves. They come when they're ready. Oh, another one. Look at this. Waxing crescent moon, have faith in your dreams. So this is, you're at the beginning. This isn't a new moon. And we see that here because you've already pulled up anchor. It's not totally new. You've taken a step or two in this direction that you'd like to go. You've laid the egg. You pulled up anchor. You're already on your way somewhere. You're just at the beginning though, so it's going to take a lot of faith. And we can exercise our faith by doing something every day in that direction. Step by step, we get someplace. We don't necessarily get to control where we go or when we get there, but we know that if we take step by step, daily or near daily actions towards something, we end up way further down the road than if we'd not taken any steps at all. So have faith in your dreams, have faith enough to take those step by steps. I don't know if you've ever done physical therapy, but if you do your physical therapy every day or 5 days a week, 6 days a week, you know, you need some rest time. But if you do that, you end up being able to walk again. And you can't see the progress from week to week necessarily. There's a lot of faith that goes into your physical therapist and your physical therapy of just, if you keep doing it, even though it's hard, every day you do it, you do what they're telling you to do, you follow the process, you trust the process. You keep going, you get someplace pretty cool. You end up walking again. I think that's pretty awesome, having had that experience myself. Thought that was really, really cool. It was quite a lesson of just committing to the actions that you can do, committing to incubating these eggs, committing to keeping this dream safe, keeping it alive, committing to, I mean, you already made that commitment. You already pulled up that anchor. So you're committed to this journey. You got to have faith enough to keep protecting those eggs. It's worth it to protect that dream. It's worth it to protect those eggs. All right, Cancer. So this is your past. This is your present. This is your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. So in your recent past, we have the Queen of Swords. Gosh, I think Gemini just got this. Very focused on your truth, your understanding, your journey, your side of the story, what you want to say, what you need to say. You're very focused on that. Look, she's looking at her sword. So you're not necessarily here in this position taking in everybody's side and everybody's story and combining it. You're really focused on your truth, and that's fine. We can do that. I mean, there are different, I'm not dissing that. You know, you gotta know your truth. You gotta know yourself and know your truth. And that's been really something you've focused on, is knowing who you are, knowing where you stand, and knowing what you believe. So that's been past energy that you've been in, or someone around you has been really much in that energy. I'm gonna guess it's you though. Being very focused on who you are, what's your truth, what do you know, and communicating that. So in your present situation, you're dealing with the Seven of Swords. So someone has curtailed some sort of conflict through not talking or through trickery. So there's some trickery going on here. I think we were dealing with that last week as well. There's some sort of, maybe not this exact card, but the concept. There's some sort of theft or trickery going on in your present situation. Somebody's not being honest. Somebody's not being clear. They're stealing the swords. Rather than let this battle play out, they sent their little page over into the opponent's tent, stole all their swords, and they're going to go off. They don't want to see the battle, probably because they know they're going to lose if they have an out-and-out honest battle. With these swords representing honesty, representing truth, ideas, and conversation. So they're probably resorting to trickery because they know they can't win this other way, or they're worried that they wouldn't be able to win this other way. This could be you, or this could be somebody else, okay? But this is what you're dealing with in your situation, is some sort of sneaky, dishonest behavior. We're not going to have an honest battle of the words and wits and ideas. No, we're just going to shut it down by being sneaky and running off. And he feels very clever. You know what? There are times to do this, though. I'm not saying this is always the worst way to go, especially if your opponent doesn't abide by any rules of international rules of war engagement. They're not abiding by that. So you might as well just take the swords, because you're not going to get a fair fight out of them anyway. So that's where this would be like a decent thing to do. But generally speaking, this is a card warning you of lies, deceit, and trickery going on around you. Someone stealing that. Unfortunately, we don't have a name and address that comes with that. So try not to be paranoid or too worried. I suspect you probably already know what's going on here, though. In your inner landscape, you have the Hermit. You kind of like it to just like go off and be by yourself for a while. Just follow your inner light, get in touch with who you are, take step by step. You could also be afraid of doing that too. Those are often times, this is your hopes and fears column, but also what's going on. You could be isolating a little bit, just really listening to this inner voice, to your own inner truth, and being really focused on that, not really being in a mood to share, not really wanting to broadcast this or share this, but wanting to just focus on your own North Star and where it's bringing you. What it's bringing you is a committed pulling up of anchor to a path and a journey, and an incubation period. So this can be very similar, this incubation period. Here you are, you're incubating your own dream, or you're really focused on your own dream. And this is what you're doing internally. This is really your focus right now, is one step in front of the other, your own steps, your own intuition. What do you want? What do you see? What's your truth? You're really exploring that, and you'd like to do that in solitary, but by yourself. You don't really need a crowd of people telling you what your dream is and where you need to go with it. And in the past, you've been, this is flowing directly from paying close attention to your truth, to what you want to say, to what you want to do. At issue here, something is about family money here, or family, some sort of inheritance. It's at issue. So you're not getting sort of the money that you need or were expecting from your family. This could be someone using inheritance to control you. This is like, I'm going to cut you out of the will if you, go into same gender marriage or something like that, or whatever. I don't know why people cut people out of wills. I think that's ridiculous. But this could be like controlling, being controlled through family money. I'll buy you this if you keep doing this for me. Or not inheriting, thinking you were going to inherit something, but not inheriting, or just not having gotten what you needed from your family of origin or your ancestors. And you're just dealing with that right now, and it's causing a problem for you. Or this could be just not, this could also be going the other way, where, it's not, something's not being passed down the way it was expected, or something is, but it's destructively being passed down. It's not being passed down in a healthy way, in a normal way. We don't have a legacy here. The legacy is being stopped here. Something, good that you were expecting from your family. So this could really be family of origin issues, and some sort of money or inheritance could be combined with that, creating sort of this blockage for you right now, an issue for you. In your environment, we've seen this one today already. In your environment, it's the world. The world's changing. Things totally out of your control, changing, shifting, moving. Seasons are changing. I like to think of it, she's like changing the garland. She's naked, half naked while she does it, but she's changing the garland. It's no longer spring garland. We're in summer garland now, and I'm going to put up the sunflowers and the daisies and the summer flowers here. A change of seasons is going on all around you. There's some sort of change of seasons. There could be a change of, and the whole world is just moving and shifting. Goodness knows our world is changing and shifting very fast right now in ways that I think nobody can control. And so we're waiting for the winds to come, the winds of change to come and move you someplace else, where you've already committed to doing something else, going someplace else, moving. This can be career, this could be all sorts of different things. So this can be career, this can be relationships, whatever. You've pulled up anchor and you're committed to doing that. And in your environment, the whole world's changing. So this might be a really great opportunity. You might know or have some sort of intuition that the winds are going to be changing and that you're going to be well situated to take advantage of those winds. Are going to bring you where you want. But you're waiting on something else. The season's changing. You got to wait for the world to change and the environment to be just right. As you incubate these ideas, you're waiting on that. So your to-do list is to have strength and patience, be in balance, be strong, be clear on who you are as you have been, and just have patience and have strength. Stick with your dream, have faith in your dreams. This is a very similar card. Be strong, okay? You've got these eggs. You may not feel like you already laid them, but you already laid them. You've already pulled up anchor. And we just have to be strong and patient while we wait for the world to change and wait for our opportunity and wait for these eggs to hatch, okay? So have faith in your dream, hold on to them, surrender to the divine, but keep your faith, okay? And have strength in that and be strong. You have to be strong as you wait for your dreams to come true. Hold on to them, don't give up on them. So a possible outcome we have here is the Page of Wands. I feel like this is a hatched egg, and you're like, wow, when did I hatch? So this is inspiration, this is intuition, this is being very curious about it. You have this new thing. Where did the stick come from? There's a desert. It's like a magic stick. Is this my magic wand? And it's like a desert, and there's no vegetation anywhere. So where did the stick come from? It's very surprising to you. You're marveling at this new thing. So there's something coming in that you're going to need to learn about, some sort of creative process or intuition, or maybe even some sexuality here, where we're learning about something and we're exploring something, and it's new to us. It's a surprising new thing is going to be coming in, and you're going to be a student of that thing. So hold strong to your dreams, and I think this is, related to that, of you learning something, learning about your dreams and moving forward, and just sort of being at the phase where you're marveling at what's hatched out of this egg. You're marveling about where the wind is blowing you. The wind's going to blow you to a new land here, and you're going to be doing a lot of learning, exploring of this creative, intuitive, possibly sexual process here. So it's going to be new to you, and it's going to be very fascinating and very interesting. And you're going to be learning a lot, and it's going to feel a little bit magical. There's going to be this magical vibe to it because you don't understand where this came from. It just pops in. It's very surprising. Could be a communication, but it's very surprising, and you're not quite sure where it came from or how it got there. And so there's going to be a lot of curiosity about this new intuitive idea or this new thing that comes into your life. And you're going to have to do a lot of learning and exploring about it and what it is and where it came from and why you have it. And all sorts of questions are going to come up. Yeah, so have faith in your dreams, surrender to the divine. You've already made a commitment to head somewhere. It's not very open. You're waiting, and you just need to stay strong. All right, so Cancer, I hope that was a helpful reading for you, and I sure do like your comments and likes and subscribes. They are encouraging to me, and they also help raise the visibility of the channel so that other people can find these messages as well. So I really appreciate that, and the people that come behind you really appreciate it too. Thank you.